Всем доброго времени суток, с вами Александр Кондрашов, и мы продолжаем проходить первого Алана Уэйка, который пока что все-таки... Кажется, он первый. Озеро Колдрон. Озеро Колдрон 8-е по глубине в мире. Это вулканическое озеро, так называемая кальдера. Сам вулкан можно считать активным, но он не извергался со времен вулканического землетрясения в 1970 году. И даже с той поры подземная активность была сравнительно слабой. Хотя материальный ущерб и случался, но обходилось без жертв. Озеро Колдрон — одно из красивейших мест в окрестностях Брайт Фоллс и вместе с тем центральный элемент местных легенд. Это популярная зона отдыха для жителей региона. Да, кстати, опять же я напоминаю, что если кто не видел, был мини-сериал, веб-сериал. Я его субтитрами сделал. Перевод там не мой, но субтитрами я его сделал, на канале он есть. Надо, кстати, в описании подвесить. Да, ты, Алан, серьезно? Ну что скажешь, да, ты прямо сейчас упадешь в пропасть и умрешь, да, конечно, 10 серии. Идем мы такие, идем. Алан, про тебя объявили вторую часть. Я в курсе, что ты выживешь. Ага, пацаны. А что это пацаны уже такие обнаглевшие? Пацаны, уйдите. Не, пацаны, давайте-ка нахуй отсюда. Что это такое? О, другое дело, пацаны. Так, сколько вообще? Раз, два, три. Да что ж такое-то, ну? Не, подожди, я вот это хотел сделать. Эх, ну и ладно. Зато у них здесь был термос с кофе. Это они так термос с кофе охраняли, ни хрена себе. Но это, видимо, какой-то очень хороший кофеек. Знаете, бывает такой, который прям вот... Даже не знаю, подожди, где я пил хороший кофе. Прям такой пиздатый последний раз был. Че, контрольная точка, обалдеть. Здесь еще, кстати, ублюдская такая херня, контрольные точки, они только... Ну, я рассказывал в начале предыдущей серии, получается. Просто это было... Я начало предыдущей серии тогда написал, что я уже не помню такие тонкости. Так, кстати, стоп, подожди, я же где-то видел здесь... Ага, вот она есть. Итак, без подсказок нашел. Что у них очень ублюдская система сохранения. Здесь один-единственный чекпоинт, здесь он просто сохраняет все на него и пиздец. Это xbox-овская такая. Хотя бы как в каком-нибудь Максе Пейне, чтобы выбрать главу. Не, что вы. Здесь так нельзя. Это не наш метод. Не, дай-ка. Так.
Maud had checked all of Stucky's rental cabins. There had been no sign of the Wakes. It was dark when he'd found their car parked at the end of the road by Cauldron Lake. It made no sense. They must have taken a wrong turn, but there was no sign of them. And the car had been there for hours already. Frustrated, Mott stood on the rotten ruin of the footbridge that had once led to Diver's Isle before it sank beneath the waves years ago. The boss wouldn't be happy.
Да, там же получается тот чувак, который нам должен был ключи в начале игры дать, вместо него какая-то бабка мутная дала. Вот. А в результате там дома-то с островом нету, на который мы приехали. Вообще непонятно, как все это получилось. Ну, понятно, что есть такие, ну, как-то, мягко говоря, тонкие намеки, что все происходящее — это плод воображения Алана Уэйка. В том плане, что он все это и написал. Он сидит и пишет все происходящее там. Но зачем, почему и как? И будет ли это вообще объяснено в игре, я не знаю. Пиздец, он Халк, блядь. Просто все разносит. Опа. Ну, если это не какая-нибудь старая психушка, я прям даже не знаю. Это прям должна быть какая-нибудь психушка, вот правда. Что там, в окнах кто-то ходит? Извините, я не заметил. Потому что, ну как можно? Звук надо было другой, пацаны, другой абсолютно должен быть звук. Что в таких старых, конечно, что в хоррорах таких про всякое старье, и без психушки. Это уже выбьем ее. Нахуй, просто с ноги. Алан, блядь, давай. На! Опа! Ворвались. Том. Что там? CW and TZ. А вот. Я скучаю по тебе, Том. You talk to me. Ты говоришь со мной по телевизору, Том. Такой разговорчивый Том. Это ты написал это? Том. Я проклинаю тебя, Томас Зейн. Том. Все, конечно, очень здорово, а нахер я здесь? Все, понял. По какому-то женскому дыханию такому. Все эти штуки пишет тоже кто-то пишет для револьвера. Че, серьезно? Не, ну я пока не хочу это. Ну пусть будет, ладно. Это еще патрон для револьвера? Нет, там, по-моему, фальшфейер. Вот для дробовичка я возьму. Хоть у меня самого дробовичка сейчас и нет, но тут охотничьи патроны. Да. 14. Я помню, как ты вроде набирал максимум патронов для охотничьего ружья, и тут же его отняли потом после этого. О, да, детка, фальшфейеры. Как же я люблю фальшфейеры. Револьверы и просто патроны то и дело можно найти. Вот для охотничьего ружья. Один, два, три. Ага. А вот и ачивочка. Это место просто идеально для нее создано. Да, ты заебал. Это же какой-то новый фонарь, там, батарейка, которую вставляешь, она не целиком фонарь. Во. Зарядись до конца, что ты в конце концов. Во. Красавец. Ну, теперь я спокоен. Я переживал, что мало ли мне ачивочку не получится выбить. А я эту ачивочку взял и выбил. Я молодец, я красавец. Четкий красавец. Опа! Пум. То теперь ракетницу экономим. 3 штучки мне осталось, отлично. Ау! Ау! Ты думал, я про тебя забыл, родной? Да как же так-то? Да ты что? Ну как ты мог так про меня подумать? Ты же взял? То мало ли. Пройти через горные развалины. Так я уж прошел. Опять же, дальше на смотровую площадку. Ладно. Как она далеко.
I could see Cauldron Lake. I thought I could make out the spot where the island and the cabin had been. There was a light near it. It had to be a boat.
Записочка. Не знаю, как...
I was close now. I had to get there fast. I dreaded what I would find.
Здесь, знаете, вот прям как-то чувствуется, что этот... Блин, 2 страницы еще пока что нету. Ну, вот эту страницу только на сложном уровне можно найти. И эти тоже. Знаете, такое прям вот какое-то ощущение масштаба есть, что реально вот город, окрестности, горы какие-то, что-то еще. То есть прям вот...
I tried to hold on to Alice, but her form melted away. I was losing control. Dr. Hartman stood in her place. I wanted to hit him, but my arms were jelly. He smiled. It was a reassuring smile, and I hated him for it. I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period. Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now.
Это вот ту, которую только что прошел. Ну, я не знаю, там не написано было про это, но я уверен, что это будет... Я буду считать, что это была психушка. Уж больно она была, на это похожа.
Hey, I'm here! I'm coming!
No! Get away! I'm sorry. Please, it's late. The boss didn't know who he was messing with. I didn't
Их еще и между собой какие-то эти у темных сущностей.
I'm sorry. Please don't hurt me.
Ну, что у него нет жены, это было слишком очевидно, даже я бы сказал. Самым body down this river. Дун-дун-дун-дун. С такой высоты упадешь башку и долбанешься, будь здоров. О! А, ну, естественно. Конец эпизода 3. Окей.
Previously on Alan Wake, I'm hunted by the law.
Sheriff, Wake's running. I'm giving chase.
Are you seriously telling me that writer just took out my deputies?
A thriller I supposedly wrote is coming true. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I was told that Alice had been kidnapped, but that was a lie.
We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is.
Her purported kidnapper was eaten up by the dark presence before it attacked me.
Эпизод 4, правда. Кстати, мне нравится, что здесь нету этих кровавых подробностей, что называется.
Baby, it was just a nightmare.
Просто такой звук, и все.
Alice.
А мы про это читали.
Hartman, I fell.
I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period.
What?
Right now, it's very important that you stay calm.
Так что
I want you
прочитали.
to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic.
Сейчас 2 бумажки где-то проебал.
For a while now. The shock of your wife's death triggered a mental illness.
No, you're lying.
You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
Bastard.
It's okay, Alan. Just let go.
А где их тебе спустить?
I felt groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus. There were only empty sheets of paper here. No manuscript pages.
Это этот, сейчас, что-то хотел сказать умное. Что хорошо в этих записках, в них все-таки не какой-то сюжет, а просто такие вот, ну, а-ля приколюхи, блин, что так проседает все здесь.
The door was locked. I was a prisoner here.
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah. I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message. Loud and clear.
Why, right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good.
Как правило, субтитры, которые одно слово, но потом оставляют.
This corridor is for patients. Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip. Except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course.
Ну, блин, ну вот это тоже явно на что-то какие-то эти. Я уверен, какой-нибудь с разработки игры они взяли там. Да хорош, что же она так проседает-то все. Night Springs. Night Springs. О, Xbox стоит. Что-то прям это. 40.
I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together. This way, Alan.
Нет. Ну замечательно. Ну, Мишка. Вот явно все эти картины, они что-то к чему-то отсылают. Ну давай.
Now, Alan, from past experience with you, I know I need to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you. We go this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
It's all in your head. You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
А еще мне нравится, реально, каким языком написан сценарий. Я могу практически в субтитры не заглядывать. Может, я, конечно, настолько прокачал уже свой скилл английского, что... Начинается. Темнеет. Да, блядь, что FPS так проседает? То 50, то 48, то что-то прям. Все, 2 серии, пиздец. О. А за гранью тени, где ты ютишься, сверкает чудо. Т.З. в память о близком друге и поэте. Томас Зейн. Вот этот.
I never get tired of this view. Very inspiring, isn't it?
Cauldron Lake spread below us. I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way. Follow me. Alan, what I'm telling you is good news. Right now we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let him talk. Hartman obviously loved his own voice. His words echoed madly inside my head. I dug my nails into the palms of my hands to stay focused.
You need to work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your recovery. Come along. Let's go inside. Here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only. You were impressed by my trophies when you first arrived here. I do love to hunt.
Это доктор в фильме был, как раз в приквеле.
Man versus nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Pretty damn wonderful, yeah.
Здорово.
Scary, scary, scary.
Так похож на одного из наркош из Макса Пейна.
I'm a real bad dream, mister. You should be afraid of me. Don't want to run into me in the night, that's for sure.
Please, Emerson. Mr. Wake is confused enough as it is.
Yeah, you'd like me to go away so you won't be scared. But you can't just decide what kind of dream you have or when you have it.
Emerson,
Okay, sorry. Ew.
that's Emerson. We're actually making some progress with him, I'm happy to say. He works on video
Elbow
games.
strike.
It's trash, of course, but it does involve
Get
some
him to the head.
small creative effort, which makes him receptive to my therapeutic methods.
No kidding.
А вот и художник из той комнаты.
Oh, hello. I've painted you.
Okay.
I was just struck by inspiration a couple of days ago. Dr. Hartman wanted me to paint landscapes, and that's what I was doing. But now I've been doing these things, a lot of
Тонет,
them.
как будто он
The
под
images
водой.
just keep coming. Dr. Hartman likes them. He has them in his office.
Yeah?
He's very proud of me. He says I'm getting much better. I think I'm getting better.
Ну что ж, мужик, за тебя можно только порадоваться.
Well, I guess I'd better start wrapping this up. The storm is almost here. Look at that. I'd hate to be out there tonight.
Я знаю, кто будет out there tonight. Это буду я.
Come, Alan.
Да погоди ты, интересно, тут столько всего. Ну-ка, мать, что скажешь? Нет? Ну и ладно. Вот. Термос, кофе. Сразу вспоминаю старого Мэнхэттена. Ну и чё? Чё? А, он там, господи.
Now,
Вы похожи.
you might have noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
Добро пожаловать в дом на озере Колдрон. Мы окажем вам необходимую помощь. Тем не менее, просим соблюдать следующие правила. Попросите друзей и близких заранее планировать посещение, чтобы они не приходились на время ваших лечебных процедур или творческой деятельности. Кроме того, просим вас уважать право на уединение и личное пространство других пациентов, особенно когда они заняты творчеством. Будьте терпеливы. Большинство наших пациентов сталкиваются с долговременными творческими трудностями, которые не решаются за одну ночь. Позвольте себе тратить столько времени, сколько нужно. Помните, что вы добровольно соглашаетесь на лечение, специально подобранное для вас. Терапия увлечения, торговая марка, и аналог метод потока, торговая марка, наиболее эффективны, когда пациент активно вовлечен в их формирование. Если вас что-то беспокоит, не стесняйтесь об этом говорить.
My rheumatism's killing me.
О!
There's a storm coming.
Здорово, пацаны.
What a storm.
I hope it wipes this place off the face of the earth.
And these two are the Anderson brothers, Odin and Thor. They had how should I put this? A heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark. Oh, that won't do. I'm so sorry to cut this short for now, Alan. The power has been acting up. I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best. Don't you think?
I'd like to bash his head in with a hammer.
Oh, he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has
Тор
no
с молотом.
clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny. Yeah! Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Say, you're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm.
The Anderson Farm. Valhalla!
We wrote it all down, lest we forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message.
Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
Ну да.
Zane could feel the poems, taking form, shaping things. As he experimented, he imagined he could almost feel the power surging through the keys of the typewriter. It exhilarated him. But there was fear, too. If not for his young assistant Emil, he would have given it up. But Emil convinced him otherwise. He, too, had a way with words. My head was clearing up, or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me. About everything. Crazy or not, the Andersons made more sense.
Tom, you got any booze on you?
Yeah, no. Sorry,
We have a
guys.
stash of the special stuff at the farm. Our own formula. Local ingredients. Medicine clears your head right up. Makes you remember like moonbeams on the brain.
Oh, I just noticed. Leather patches on the elbows? That's not very rock and roll.
Tom just lost is all. Baba Yaga got to him too, the damn witch.
She used us all. Taken from all of us. Took my thunder, the witch.
And my ravens, what were they?
А, да, одноглазый же, Один, Тор, Один.
Hag.
She took something from you too, didn't she? That's what she does.
We're better off. This place, the lake, it gives you power. If you're a creator, an artist, a god.
Nightmare shifted in their sleep in the darkness of the lake.
Yeah, that's the one. She makes sure it comes out twisted and wrong. Just ask the lamp lady. She knows what happened to that other rider.
She's been using you, boy, and you let her. You went and opened the door for her, didn't you?
Now, it was already open a crack. And whose fault is that? We're morally corrupt, disease-ridden, old and stupid.
Doesn't mean he had to open it all the way, goddammit.
So tired. Built the farm close to the lake. A place of power.
It's a power
We
of
had
love.
parties there, man. You should go there and have a party.
Тебе бы надо пойти устроить там вечеринку. Вот. Да, в смысле? Там записка. Ну и как это называется? Это надо мне не забыть, да?
Yeah, good thing he's not overreacting or anything.
Well, he's the boss.
I may need a hand here later on, Birch. The storm's bound to make you-know-who jumpy. You know how they get.
Gotcha. The doc's got me looking after Wake here, but holler if they get too rowdy.
I'll do that, Birch.
Hey, Wake, why don't you humor Dr. Hartman and give the writing a shot, huh? Typewriter's in your room. You can get to your room by those stairs, Wake.
Окей.
Something's wrong. I'm not myself. It's hard to think that there's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days, but it's always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be. I think I've made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true.
Угу. QR-код. Опять же, если кто хочет. Ага. Не знаю, работают они до сих пор, не работают эти QR-коды, но... Так, вон там надо будет, наверное, включить потом генератор.
Hartman had mentioned that the power had been acting up. Maybe that was the reason for the generator and the work light on the balcony. The generator hadn't been activated, and there was no key. Hartman wanted me to write. I knew I couldn't, but I figured I should just play along for now. It was the only thing I could do with Nurse Birch watching me like a hawk.
Так, ну ладно.
The white glare of the blank page in front of me hurt my eyes. My hands began to shake uncontrollably.
Everybody calm down. Put that down. Bert, I need help.
Hey, Wake, you stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Be cool, okay?
Everybody be cool. You be cool.
I didn't know what the chaos was all about, but it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
I don't know. Here's a friendly poke from Mjolnir, witch. Oh, afraid of the crazy brothers, are ya? Not so weak now.
Hartman kept talking, giving Barry the grand tour, clearly proud of the place. He went on and on about his hunting trophies, and Barry was impressed. But he was here on business. He raised his voice, cut through the monologue. Hey, Hartman, where's Al? Hartman stopped in mid-sentence, annoyed at the interruption. He nodded at the hulking orderly standing nearby. The man smiled and clapped a practiced hand on Barry's shoulder.
Are we? Well, things are unraveling fast, aren't they?
Это отражение.
It's my storm. I'm taking it.
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't a love tap. The crazy old fart hit her hard. If she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming. I could get the key to the office wing from Sinclair. I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he'd been keeping them.
Да хорош, что записка же была. Ну, если что, я не знаю, какое взять, серьезно.
The photo on the wall caught my attention.
Похититель.
The clinic staff was standing outside the lodge. I knew the man next to Hartman. He was the kidnapper. Hartman had been playing me all along. The markings on the tape said they were recordings Hartman had made at the sessions with his patients. I saw Alice's name on one of them. For a moment, I couldn't breathe right.
Бля, рисунки просто охуительные, конечно.
Hartman wasn't happy. Mott could see it in his eyes. He quickly lowered his own. He had made a mess of it, and he knew it. The shame of failure was hard to bear. He hadn't expected Wake to say he needed more time, and he blurted out 2 days, less than Wake had asked for to show him who was in charge. But that wasn't part of Hartman's plan.
Now, Mrs. Wake, can you tell me about Alan's problems?
He's more and more out of control all the time.
А, жена ж хотела.
He's so angry all the time. He's getting violent.
Do you mean with you?
No, not with me. No, never. Sometimes I almost wish Alan would take a swing at me, because at least that lead to a conversation he couldn't just march out of. But no. Alan doesn't really sleep. And the work, well, he's not writing at all. He sits there for hours and just gets more and more frustrated. And I can't talk to him.
Yes. Tell me, Mrs. Wake, What would you say to him if he'd listen?
I don't know. I want to say, I look at you, and it's not you. Just some stranger who resembles you. Looking out from behind your eyes, and I don't like that guy much. And now it's all gonna go to hell.
But you don't ever say this.
No. I've tried, but he's not listening. He's too deep in his own problems, always going on about something else. I'm so afraid I'm gonna lose him, and we're not even talking anymore. He doesn't let me in anymore. He just keeps me in the dark. I'm so alone here, even when he's home. Please help me, Doctor, because I'm at my wit's end.
Well, if you can just get him here, I'll absolutely do my very best.
Yeah, but Doctor, you need to be careful with him. He's not just going to listen to you and cooperate. He's the most stubborn man I've ever met.
Well, I'll be sure to bear that in mind.
Hearing her voice, what she was saying made me happy and sick and guilty all at once. Worst of all, I recognized the words. The phone call from her. It had been a cut-up of this. Just a recording.
Rudolph Lane's case is interesting. He was completely blocked, and frankly, I was about to discard him as useless. However, once Wake arrived and started writing, something changed in Rudolph. He's producing extraordinary work, increasingly dark pieces. Unfortunately, he doesn't respond to direction at all, and it's my belief that he's not so much a creator as an illustrator, perhaps, a recorder of sorts. I hadn't considered the existence of such a role before, let alone its implications, but the paintings he has produced are informative. At least he's easily controlled and useful. I wish I could say the same about Wake. It's frustrating that the best subjects are always so damn difficult to deal with.
Not buying that. I was tailing Wheeler.
Медицинское
This is the
заключение.
only place he could have gone. That means Wake is probably there too.
Agent Nightingale, this is private property, and I will not allow you to disturb my patients.
Yeah? I can get a warrant. How would your fragile little patients like that?
Oh, I'm thoroughly intimidated by your mighty authority now, Agent.
Listen, you smug snob. How would you like it if I busted through this gate and knocked you around a little?
Agent Nightingale, first of all, I'm recording this conversation, so you might want to watch what you say. Secondly, you're not dealing with a hick now. I know the law, and if you can get a judge to grant a warrant, I'll be glad to cooperate. But you won't get one. Be advised that any further communications with me are to be made through my lawyer.
I don't believe this.
Good day, Agent.
Yeah.
Все, видите, теперь она красным мигает, там просто мигала зеленым. Там было, да, именно достижение за то, что ты все три прослушал, а не только одно.
Hartman, do you hear me? I'm gonna sue your crazy quack ass to shreds!
Barry?
Ow! About time!
Barry! Man, I'm glad to see you.
We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
You okay?
Yeah. I mean, no! The cops found me at Rose's trailer, but they didn't hassle me too much. I'm obviously a victim in this, and I demanded to be treated as such. Or else I'd sue their asses. Speaking of asses, that Fed gave me a real hard time, but I had no clue where you were. That guy's crazy, Al. But he let me go, and then I get a call from Hartman, that son of a bitch, who tells me you're here, and I should come pick you up, but when I got here, two goons clobbered me and stuck me in there.
What's with the cutout?
I stole it from the diner to piss off Rose after what she did to us. That'll teach her.
Yeah, that's a harsh punishment. Come on, pal, we gotta get going.
Там, по-моему, написано выключателем, имеется вот этой фигурой. Не знаю, почему выключателем.
These were all the pages I had on me. And more.
Alan, please. You're sliding back into the...
Tell me one more lie and I'll shoot you in the face.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot. Really, Wake, come on. Let's work together on this. You have no idea...
Hartman, shut up! Barry, get out of here. I'll catch up with you. Get a car.
Oh, Al, let's just
Go!
Wake, listen to me. This is a mistake. Don't you see? Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. With your ability and mine.
Рожа сейчас довольная была, капец, 40 минут.
Hartman followed the fall of Alan Wake with his binoculars. When the rider hit the water, he ordered Jack to take the boat to him. The spot was easy to see in the dark, even with all the extra lights in the boat. The flare floated and kept burning even in the water. Jack turned the radio louder as the engine sputtered. The music was rough and clanking, something the Anderson brothers would no doubt have enjoyed. But Hartman chose to ignore it. Wake was finally within his reach.
Так, а там больше ничего не было? Он сказал, что там типа другие еще.
The dark presence would be on me in a moment. I had to find a way out.
Ох, ё. Возможно, ту же записку еще заберем, ладно. Или нет?
I needed light to get the possessed bookshelves out of my way.
Ну да. Да, там шкаф тоже открылся. Да, теперь же у него ключи были. Оп-оп-оп-оп-оп. А, он здесь открылся. Как я заметил.
He knew he was no creator. He had no ambitions on that front. And he certainly didn't want to end up like every artist he had worked with here, damaged in ways that were hard to describe, or worse. It was enough for Hartman to maintain creative control and provide direction, to be a producer. That was what most of these people were in need of anyway. Of course, suitable subjects were few and far in between.
Трейлер чего-то. Да, это типа как раз одна из тех реклам, которые настоящих брендов, что ли? Серьезно? Давайте посмотрим старые.
Verizon Wireless has you covered. Check out the latest games. Discover new music and old favorites. Social networking, sports scores, news. It's all at your fingertips. No matter what you're into, Verizon Wireless can satisfy your never-ending appetite for apps. Check out VCast apps and load up your phone.
Это стоило посмотреть. Ну и чё? Ха-хару. Вау. Ну пиздец, вот как вот мне вот в коридоре от нее увернуться? Да, может туда просто. Меня всегда поражало, как в хороших играх местами такие идиотские абсолютно какие-то задумки находятся, что прям аж это... Ну ты уж меня извини, я все осматриваю сначала. Приостановлено. Лорен Миллер, 89 год.
I found the car, but the gate's locked. You're gonna have to go through the hedge maze over there.
Barry, I don't have a light.
Take this, Al. Oh God! Look at the house, Al. Look out!
Блин, так интересно. По идее, надо бы заканчивать. А давайте подольше сделаем серию. Чтобы было очень много болтовни. Ну вот и лабиринт. Ну что тут не найду, уж извините. Батареек не так много, так что ну опять обычный фонарик, заебись. Не доверяй Эмили. Че это?
I stared at the Viking paraphernalia that littered the area, surrounding an unlikely centerpiece. A full-size stage complete with an impressive sound system with all the trimmings, including a dragon. It took a special kind of crazy to build something like this in a remote field. When the sky split open with a deafening boom and the music started blasting, it felt strangely appropriate.
No. Такие уж эти пацаны. сейчас может фонариком такому 1,5 часа въебало светить. Так.
Hartman hurried down the corridor. He had disliked leaving Wake when he was surely at his most susceptible to therapy. But this was not an ordinary storm. Wake had been writing, and he had woken something up in the depths of the lake. Now, it was coming for him. Hartman had naturally prepared for a situation like this. The idiot brothers would keep Wake distracted while Hartman double-checked everything, just to be sure.
Что-то пошло не так, видимо. И все еще нет, я все еще хочу еще записать. Причем ту серию и все, поэтому я... Ух, широко, еще идете, не идете. Нет, кстати, эффект эти прикольно сделал, ну-ка. Еще настрой, сейчас просто добью его до конца. Пиздец. С одной этой штукой это прям настолько круто, серьезно. Так, я, по крайней мере, не вижу ее больше. А, вот там что-то у нее есть. Надо его сюда сейчас выманить. Ну вот что я должен делать с одним фаером здесь? Вот объясните, вот как я должен толпу птиц и этого чувака доджить одновременно? А, ну то есть им похуй, да, замечательно. Блять, ты ее не взял, что ли, сука, блять? Ну я же открыл тебе специально, ёб твою мать, а! Бля, какая же тупорылая вот эта битва, ну просто, блядь, ну что это? Как я должен доджить этого пидораса, блядь? Охуеть, блядь, ну, блядь, просто заебись. Да пропусти это говно, блядь, что каждый раз смотреть-то на него. Иди сюда. Ну да, давай тебя еще, конечно. Тебя не хватало прям. Казалось, что тут лежит. Блять, Алан, ёб твою мать! Сука, вставь ты эту ебучую батарейку, блять! Это просто по-уебански сделано, пиздец. Ладно, там закуток какой был, там лабиринт-то, блядь, 1,5 этих. Ладно, там был закуток какой-нибудь, в котором это... Хотя, можно было сюда пробежать. Здесь пацаны были. Опять не то сделал, ладно.
Mott knew that Wake was smarter than him. Wake had more money, a beautiful wife, everything. And Hartman said Wake was important. That made him better than Mott. But Mott was calling the shots now. He'd expected Wake to whimper and grovel, but instead, he seemed willing to fight. Mott knew he'd gotten under Wake's skin. If only Mott actually had his wife. The thought made him shiver.
Не, теперь меня сохрани. Ладно, давайте пойдем еще дальше. Давайте прямо, кажется, пойдем до конца. Till the end. Да, и ружье, видите, как толком, опять же, пострелять из него не дали. Я по ошибке еще батарейку зачем-то сандалил. Ну ладно. Слава богу, наконец-то. У меня там гранаты световые были и прочее. Ну, ладно, отобрали, но сделал бы, чтобы типа раз ты можешь вернуть, а то как-то, ну не знаю. Не хочу я батарейку ставить. Тратить батарейку на эту хуйню. Ух ты. Чуть не пропустил.
For the moment, Barry was just glad he had survived the fall. He had been separated from Al, and there was no easy way to climb back up. He told himself he'd be okay, okay in the gloomy forest at night. He would just have to wait for a while for Al to find his way down. Barry turned when he heard the heavy
Барри не доживет до конца.
The man-shaped shadow lunged at him from the bushes, an axe held high. Barry screamed and threw up his hand. The world exploded.
То, что мир взорвался, это такая тоже Стивена Кинговская фраза. Хуй знает, не знаю, время уже час прошло. Ну ладно, давайте. Еще немножечко как-то. Да, блядь, вот как ты умудрился промазать-то, ну, кривожопое это создание. Не. Алан. Блять. Говоришь, то контрольных точек нету, то они прям подряд. О. Так. Ага. Доберемся уж до этого. Что товарищи.
Hartman watched as Wake's features slackened. The man was bullheaded, no doubt. Even lying on the bed, he'd almost broken Hartman's nose the second time. But with a little time, he could break Wake down.
Вот что заклеено.
Wake was easily the most promising subject he had had. Well, since Tom, really. Sleep well, Alan, Hartman whispered with a smile. Let me take care of you. He sniffed hard to clear his throbbing nose, swallowed blood, and barely tasted it.
Так, я так понимаю, просто так нам выйти, конечно, сейчас не дадут. Он, кстати, термос забыл. Это будет прикольно, если я эти записки все не собрал, а термосы я все соберу. Это будет прям вообще вечно.
Let's get out of here. Can you open this gate?
Maybe.
Barry.
Well, I slammed it shut when the nasty showed up, and the key fits kind of loose in the lock, so, Barry, I'll find it. Don't worry about it.
Не, ну заебись.
Hurry up, Barry.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
Блять, ты будешь вторую доставать, сука! Блять, камера, ёб твою мать! Охуенно, просто охуенно, блядь. Ай, ну и каждый раз надо смотреть заставку, конечно же надо смотреть. Почему нельзя сразу в геймплей уже меня кинуть, блядь? Я понял, что я проиграл, зачем? А, ну да. Вот камера начинает вот так крутиться, потому что, по идее, он меня атакует. Соответственно, должна включиться вот эта анимация уклонения, блядь. А ему насрать, блядь, да, замечательно. Я достаю эту хуйню, блядь, зажигаю ее, а ему похуй, абсолютно, блядь, ему похуй. Пиздец, блядь. Что вот я здесь должен делать, блядь? Здесь вон вначале два здоровых этих идут, которых, блядь, полтора-часа убивать. Как в третьем Максе Пейне, надо найти один-единственный способ. И только вот по нему действовать, да, заебись. Молодцы, спасибо. Как я это должен тоже доджить? Он когда вот прицеливается фонарем, он, блядь, не делает ничего. Давай! Сука, хорошо еще хоть эти тележки на меня не нападают с птицами. Я сейчас и не накаркал. Эмили что? Эмили заставил Тома это сделать? Какого хуя? Пиздец какой-то просто. Просто пиздец. Ну да. А, все, 3 патрона. Говорит, тупорылые моменты начинают подзаебывать.
You're now leaving Bright Falls. Come back soon sign.
We're going to the Anderson farm.
I knew you were gonna say something like that. You know what? You owe me big time for this. When this is through, if we make it, I don't care what anybody says, I'm done with darkness. You're gonna buy me a tanning bed as a gift, and I'm gonna live in it.
Блять. У меня почти разрядился телефон, он опять взял и выключил, сука, мой звук дополнительный, который пишется. Какого хуя ты его выключил, блять, мудак?
Crazy, but that's fine, Barry.
Oh, you got that right, Al. You're barking mad. You are by far the craziest.
But maybe that's inevitable when you deal with crazy stuff like this. It helps. This is happening, Barry. Alice, they never had Alice. She's trapped in the darkness at the bottom of the lake, but she's not dead.
Al, how can you know that?
I know, Barry. I can...
Al,
No, listen. I can bring her back. I can find her. There's something special about this place. The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. But there's a catch. The dark presence, whatever that thing is, twists it to its own ends. That's why all of this is happening. It's using my manuscript to take over everything.
Al, I believe you.
It happened to Thomas Zane before, it happened to the Andersons.
I believe you. Crazy or not, you're not delusional. Weird shit's going down. That's a fact. I'm on board, man. I'm with you.
The Andersons knew about it, but they were too far gone to tell me with all the drugs they were on. But they wrote it down. There's a message somewhere at their farm, Barry. We just need to find it.
Look out!
I had lost my gun in the crash. Barry was nowhere to be seen.
Ну, естественно. Давайте на этом закончим. Вот. Все ссылки в описании. Если хотите, можете подписаться на Boosty или задонатить как-нибудь еще. И эти, говорю, тупые моменты, они, честно говоря, раздражают. Вот хорошая игра, все, но вот такие тупые моменты, они просто бесят. Все, всем пока.